UNLV at Fresno State. Mountain West Conference Championship implications. UNLV going in this game undefeated in the Mountain West. Fresno State with their only loss being to Wyoming on the road. Honestly, I think UNLV should have won this game. And we talked about it. UNLV was number one in the country in turnover margin going in this game. Fresno State was like top 4, top 5. And by the end of this game, Fresno State leads the country in turnover margin currently. UNLV some bad turnovers in the third quarter. All 24 of those points, pretty much. Well, 17 of those points came from turnovers by UNLV. Fumble on a punt return. You had interception. You had another fumble late in the game. Miava also had an interception. Mikey Keene also threw 2 picks. This was just like an absolute, hey, do you want to win this game? I don't want to win this game. Do you want to win this game? I don't know. And like, I don't know. It was, I thought UNLV played really, really, really well in the first half. And I even like was quite, I was like, Mikey Keene, aside from that first drive that was scripted, he did not play well in the first half. And I was like, wow, maybe are we going to see Fife out here in the second half? Didn't need to. He played lights out in the third quarter. Of course, couldn't get the cover done for us. We both took Fresno State minus 7.5. That line closed at 10.5. So I mean, we were kind of on the right side of that. I mean, but yeah, I mean, it feels like UNLV probably should have won this game. Granted, if they were to play again, I think I would still take Fresno State again. I think they adjusted well in the second half.
Yeah. And I thought Mikey Keene didn't play great in the first half, like you mentioned. Came out fired up in that third quarter there. Sometimes that's all it takes. So in a conference football game at home, you have one outstanding quarter where you get turnover, touchdown, and like you open the game up. And by then it was a 14-point game in the fourth quarter after UNLV felt like they played great football for 35 minutes. And now you're down 14 points trying to chase and crawl your way back into the football game, which they did. And they had a chance to go down and tie it there, obviously, at the end. But credit to Fresno State, credit to UNLV for hanging in there. I think both these teams have a chance to make some noise in the Mountain West. But yeah, obviously this is huge for Fresno State having that one loss in conference play, and UNLV can accomplish all their goals. They got to finish off and play Air Force in Wyoming, but yeah, I just think Barry Odom and UNLV there doing good things, doing really good things.
I agree.
In terms of that way, real quick, in terms of future of the Mountain West, right? Boise State buried Wyoming right after Taylor Green. I think got hurt or got pulled. Something happened on that fumble. And then Air Force obviously continues to cook. But Fresno State and Boise State quietly next week, that's a big game. That's got big Mountain West implications there. Because probably the last big test of Fresno State. And then UNLV still has to play Air Force. Air Force, doesn't have the toughest schedule down the stretch, but they are obviously 5-0 conference and just cooking. But they still got to play at Boise State as well. So
very interesting Mountain West race. But I think there's 4 teams that are in it, like you said: Boise State, Fresno State, UNLV, Air Force, and then everyone else after that is just there. I mean, when you talk about like Utah State and San Jose State as top half Mountain West teams, you kind of like, what are we talking about here?
Nevada got to win. Nevada got to win.
Nevada got another win, man. They got another win. But yeah, it's an interesting race at the top. Right, it's an interesting race at the top for sure.
I do wanna shout out San Jose State. Right, they started 2-1, or I'm sorry, 1-5, and they've won 3 straight to pull their way back to 4-5. They're 3-2 in conference with Fresno State and UNLV still in their schedule. They can climb some people on the way. They technically still kind of control their own destiny as long as Boise State loses one game, which is crazy for San Jose State and a team that's, they get Siobhan Cordero, right, playing good football for them there. But yeah, the Mountain West is fun. The Mountain West is really, really fun this year.
Yeah, it is an absolute slop fest at the bottom, though, which is entertaining for sure.
San Diego State, man, what happened? That really disappointing for them.
They stink, man. I don't know. They're just not good. They're just not good this year.